This part of the year was by far the smelliest, most entertaining, and the most to remember. We had many dissections of marine animals that took place in the same month. We didn't just dissect them to see what's inside. We did it to understand the adaptations that they had and the way they look up close, and many other reasons. But before every lab, Coach Anna had to tell us about the respect that we should have for the specimen, or we can get kicked out. The specimen that I thought was the most interesting was the squid. It had a skin that acted as a camouflage, and a barb that we got to use to write our names with, because we also got to look at the ink sac. After we finished the lab, we got to cut and clean the squid and then fry and eat it, which I thought was pretty cool. It's by far the coolest thing I've ever done in a science class, and will remember it for years to come. We also dissected a starfish, crawfish, oyster, a sea bass, and a dogfish. Some of the dogfish had babies, and how could we forget with Tori screaming it all the time? We had to watch videos on how to dissect the specimen, and then fill out packets to show we were retaining the information. In the end of the dissection period, we took a large-scale test, not on paper, but over the specimens. We took a lab practical. We walked around the room looking at the labeled parts of the animal, and we had to write down what we think the labeled piece was. The hardest question for me was the starfish's water vascular system and the steps it had. We had to label the entire system, but now it's easier. It starts with the megaporate, to the radial canal, to the ring canal, to the lateral canal, and then finally to the 2 feet. I like those tests because it truly tests if we know or don't know. After doing these dissections, I can safely say that I feel like I truly understand the specimens we dissected.